All right, we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live edition of the Get Growing weekly work session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley. I'm joined by my pup here, Wally. Say hi, Wally. He doesn't usually join me on webinars, but he's here today. As you are coming in to join us, I want to invite you to come and say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from. This is not going to be a slide heavy, teaching heavy from the PowerPoint presentation today. This is very much a let's get hands on together. So I want to hear you guys in the chat. I want to see some interaction here. No sleepers on this call. We've got a great opportunity here to work together. So I do have just a couple of things that I want to go through here at the top. First, to let you know, if you've never been on one of these before, or if you see this as a recording later on down the road, I want to let you know that this is free and available to everyone who is looking to build a business with Young Living. We are GetOiling. We offer software and solutions and advice and training to help you demystify growing your Young Living business the smart way. And we're here to help you do that. And on these live sessions, whether you are a member of our GetOiling community or not, you're invited to come and join us here where you can get that help. Of course, we'd love for you to join us, get access to what we have built to make your business run better. And you can do that if you haven't yet by going over to getoiling.com and getting started for $1 for your first month. And then, of course, we'll walk you through everything that you need to get started. So we've got some chatting coming in here. Hello, Floyd in DC. Let us know where you're coming in from, everybody over here in the chat today. I'm going to show you a couple of quick slides, and then we're going to pop over and really just start working together. Really excited. Who's excited to do that today? Show of hands. Yes. All right. So if this will let me share. From Norway, from Arizona, fantastic. We're all over the place. New Mexico en route to Colorado. We got a traveler here. All right, fabulous. So, all right, quick show of hands. Can you see my screen? Perfect, thanks. All right, so today we have a live coaching free for all. We really want to have these opportunities where we can get them to really get hands-on with you guys, because at the end of the day, if I can't help you get what you want, we aren't doing our jobs. So I want to make sure that we have an opportunity for you to be heard, specifically for us to work together one-on-one. And today is a great chance for you to do that. So getting started, first, raise your hand if you came here looking for one-on-one help today, just so I can kind of see what are we looking for here. All right. Now, if you've got specific questions, if you have questions about your technology, if you have questions about your marketing, if you have questions about whatever it is, type that in the Q&A box right now. All right. Anything goes, you guys. I have been around this industry, working in this industry on the distributor side, on the corporate consulting side, and training teams in a number of companies across this industry since 2012. You can ask me anything, whether it's about technology or interpersonal leadership, promotion, sales, influence, you name it, we can talk about it. Type your questions in the Q&A. And of course, we do have some folks who anticipated not being on the call today. So I do have a handful of things that I can go over as well here that they can receive later via recording. Because I do understand we've got folks from all over the world. While it is noon here in New York City where I live, it may be the middle of the night for you right now. So kudos to you if you are here in spite of circadian cycles. All right, I want to ask a quick poll with a show of hands. Who would like to see a simple breakdown right now of how to get started with GetOiling? Simple breakdown, how we get started. All right, I knew this was going to be, all right, perfect. So let's talk about a simple breakdown. First, you want to get started with using GetOiling. And how many of us, maybe also quick show of hands, if you have been with GetOiling for a while, but you still feel like you need to know how to get started, don't be shy. Okay, all right. It's totally fine. Listen, you have at your disposal with what Greg has built with GetOiling, you have professional marketing tools that marketing pros in other industries, other businesses, literally would pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per month to have, and to have to hire somebody out to create the stuff that makes it work for them. Okay, you are working with professional grade tools. So it is important that you consider, or rather, don't just consider, understand that, that there is no expectation here that you should just come in and be the super sleuth of the system, and that you should know how to do every single thing. You don't go to college and enroll in every major, right? That doesn't make sense. You don't decide to go into medical practice and practice everything, right? You can't be 100 things at once, and it's okay, because you're you. What you got to do is figure out what works for you and do it successfully, improve it, and then once that's rolling, add on something new. And that's going to be a theme that we talk about here in just a little bit based on a question I got from someone about social media. But first, let's talk about how we get started with GetOiling. First, what do you want to do? What is the thing that you want to get done first? And if you're someone who is here today who wants live help, type me a comment, type me a question. What's the thing you want to learn how to do with GetOiling right now? What's the outcome that you're looking for? Now, right here, I have prepared 3 different iterations, right? 3 different things, examples from a macro perspective of how you might want to get started with us. And I've broken down some simple steps for you to get those things done. First, do you want to share Young Living with prospects? Do you want to promote to your members? So say like monthly PV or new products or something to that effect, incentives. Or do you want to generate leads so that you have more people to talk to and share Young Living with? All right, so those are really kind of the 3 core things that you're going to want to do. Everything is tied to these 3 objectives, right? You either want to have an easy way for you to share and have something else explain Young Living for you to your prospects, which is great. You want to promote to the folks that you already have to make sure that they've got essential rewards and they're up to date on their orders and they know about the promotions. And then of course you want to generate leads. And your business builders are going to fall in with number 2 as well. With your promotions, you would go through the same steps. But we can, if you have individually here on the call today, specific questions about particular things that you would like to get done, specific aims that you have, type them in, let me know. We can walk through your system hand in hand together today. We can even build a funnel for you if you wanted. You just got to be brave enough to say that's me. All right. So looks like we got a couple of questions coming in here. I want to make sure that you guys are able to see and hear me. And all right, perfect. All right. Good deal, good deal. So we do have that. We do have some questions coming in the chat. So keep those coming, you guys. I'm going to go through this real quick. All right, so we're going to do one of these 3 things. So first, let's start with sharing. So how to use GetOiling right now to share Young Living. Really, really simple and easy. This is the first thing that you should learn how to do because it really doesn't take much of anything at all. It's already ready for you. And maybe a quick show of hands after I tell you how to do this. Do you want me to show you? You want me to actually take you into the system and show you click by click how to do this? Perfect. All right, we'll do that. All right, so how to go use GetOiling to share Young Living. First, you need to add your story and your photo. And there is a very specific place that you can go to inside of GetOiling to do this. I'll show you exactly where to go. Then make sure your Young Living number is correctly entered, right? Because we have links that will actually shoot right on over with your prospects to the Young Living site and encourage them to get started and get their kit. And they're already coded up to you, all right? Then you want to customize your site with a theme of choice. This is totally optional. If you want something that's ready to go in 2 minutes, you have the option to do that. You don't even have to take this step. But if you wanted to maybe have something that's makeup themed that you wanted to share with somebody that you know that would be super interested in learning more about natural products, you could do that. If it's someone with babies, we've got a kids theme. If it's a pet person, then we've got a theme for that too. So you could do that if you wanted to, but you don't have to. It's ready to go out of the box. Number 4, also optional, add a landing page to your site if you want it. This would mean that in order for someone to receive more information, they need to put in their name and email first. Again, totally optional. You don't have to do this to go ahead and start sharing. The only absolutely most important steps you need to take first are adding your story and photo. So it's your website, right, with your picture and your story, making sure your Young Living number is properly entered. Then you can make these couple of tweaks if you like, and then get your link and share it. All right, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. Super, super simple. Let me stop this share and go over to Renata, can I add a membership group? Yes, we can talk about that today. Definitely talk about that today. Actually, I've got a really cool thing to share with you guys that shows an example of a member area here shortly. So we will go over that in just a second. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So I don't have a co-host today, so let me see, like, give me a chat or give me a raise of hand. Let me know you can see the GetOiling site right now. Perfect, thank you guys. All right, so here we are. We're gonna go to our dashboard. And I believe I am, okay, I'm not logged in as my demo account. Now I am. All right, perfect. So this is Jane's account. She doesn't really have much going on in her account yet. Maybe your account looks like this when you sign in. Totally fine. So what we're going to do first, you remember that first step was my story and photo. And those are down here, right? So here's your dashboard menu. Scroll down under my site, my story and photo. So we click that, upload a photo of yourself or remove a photo if it's already there. All you have to do is click here to choose your file. So take a, have a nice picture of you. If you want to have a picture of you and your family, whatever it is, I would follow the same guidelines you would for, say, your social media. Make sure it is actually a picture of you or it has you in it and you provide some context that, hey, that's me in the picture. All right, so then you tell your story. So Meet Jane is the story headline here. You can make this whatever you want. So Jane here says, I believe every family should be empowered with the knowledge, tools, and support to live their healthiest, most abundant lives. I'm on a mission to build up communities by helping families realize true holistic wellness in all areas of life. Join me on this journey. Together, we can change the world. Contact me to learn about how you can begin empowering your own family and community today. Okay, so you could write anything here. You could literally copy, I wrote this, you have my permission. If you believe this, and you just want to borrow this, then screenshot this and go type it into your story text if you want to, right? If you're feeling stuck, use this as a template and write your own stuff in there. You can do a million things with this. We have some of our super users, like our friend Heather has put in a video. You can actually embed a video right here if you want. If you have a video of you introducing yourself and talking about you, all you have to do is click this little insert video button right here. And you can paste in the URL from Vimeo or YouTube or wherever it is, or copy the embed code if you so choose. But it can just be as simple as this. Put some information in here about you. I would recommend that you show your story on your landing pages. So if you are using landing pages, people do know that it's your landing page and not a stranger on the internet. And then show my story on individual blog posts and events. Recommend that you do this as well. Hit Save Changes. And then there was one other step. You need to make sure you have your Young Living member number set up correctly. So I believe that is under my site settings. Let me see, contact, no, that's not it. See, I don't have Greg with us today. And you're seeing me do this. It's customize my site, right? Yeah, here we go, customize my site. So right down here on the dashboard menu under my site, customize my site is where you click. This is also, while you're at it, if you care to, go ahead and add in your social media sites right down here. You can, if you want to use a different opportunity video than the one we have on the GetOiling site, you could put that in here. If you don't worry about it, right? Make sure your Young Living number is entered here. It is something that you do enter when you sign up for your GetOiling account, so it should be here already. Just verify that it's correct before you go and you start sharing. Okay, now the next steps, and these were the optional ones, are that you can customize your website theme. Right now, we've got CBD, babies, skincare, makeup, pets, dietary, kids, healthy living, healthy homes, basic oils, and body systems. They're all beautiful, and they all connect off to the Young Living website, coded to you and your Young Living member number. So if somebody wants to click on Thieves and read more from Young Living about what Thieves is, and they add it to their cart and they want to check out, it's already going to be coded to your Young Living member number. So you will be their enroller already, okay? All right, so you also have the option to have a landing page. Now, this site currently has a landing page attached. Let me show you what this looks like. All right, so on Jane's site, actually, you know what, I've already tested myself on this, so it's not showing up here. So forgive me for that. What would typically happen if you were to go to this link is that there would be a landing page, which is basically a small form up at the top of this page that would say, you know, if you want to learn more about how to enter your name and email here, right? Learn the secret. Right? Learn the secret to healthy living. And then after they enter their information, if you have a landing page enabled, they would land on this page or whichever page you choose, where you start off and you've got your theme here of healthy living, you've got your picture and the story that you just wrote, right? And there's all of this additional information here that people can scroll through and then click off to learn more about, okay? Now, if you don't want to have a landing page on the front of your website and you just want to go straight there and people don't need to enter their information, all you have to do is say default, no landing page or registration required. All right, super simple. And then just make sure whatever you do, you hit save changes. And now all you have to do is share, right? So if you want to share, you can come right down here and you can go to Facebook, right? And your Facebook link will pop up. If you want to share this off on Twitter, it would pop up there. If you know, whatever it is. Another quick shortcut, if you just want to grab the link, is to hit view my site, go up here to the top and copy it, and then, you know, paste it in the, you know, the chat or whatever, right? So that is how you set yourself up quickly for sharing. All right. Now, I want to move quickly through these next two instances and then start diving into more of you guys' questions. So that is how you use GetOiling to share. You add your story and photo, make sure your number is in there correctly, customize if you wish, add a landing page if you wish, and then get that link and go share. Okay, now, how to use GetOiling to promote. Now, when I say to promote, I mean specifically to your existing members, okay? Let me make sure you guys can see. Nope, I am not sharing. Wanted to make sure you guys can see. All right, now you should be able to see. Cool, quick show of hands. You can see my slides, right? Beautiful, thank you so much. All right, so to start, there we go, to start promoting with Young Living, or promoting Young Living with GetOiling. What the perspective is that I'm coming from here in terms of how I'm teaching is that this is to promote to your existing members. These are folks who have already signed up. They are in your VO and you want to send them PV promos or incentives and things like that. So here is how you use GetOiling to promote to your members. First, you want to go and import your contacts from the virtual office. We have a very short video and a step-by-step instruction in a very prominent area in the back office for you to do this. It's something that you should do frequently, especially if you have a large team, so that you're always up to date on who is a member and who is not. This system, like I mentioned before, is, you know, we're professional grade. So what we are looking at here is something that is going to do some of the hashing and parsing for you. And to make that more understandable to those of us who don't work in tech, what that means is that every time that you re-upload your contacts from the virtual office, our system is going to be very smart and go through and not duplicate them. So upload from the VO regularly if you are emailing regularly, promoting regularly, and have regular growth on your team, just so it is accurate and up to date as much as possible. All right, so then what you want to do if you want to promote is gather your promotional materials. So are you using something that Young Living created? Or are you using something that you have purchased from a third-party content provider? What kind of information do you want to share? What do you want to write? I highly recommend you guys, before you come to the tool, be prepared with the plan. right? Like you don't go to Home Depot and buy 7 different kinds of saws before you've read the blueprint for whatever you want to build, right? So write your blueprint. What do you want to promote? What are the words you want to use, the phrases you want to use, the pictures you want to use? Have that collected already so that when you come over here and you use the tool, it's easy for you. Make sense? Quick show of hands. Come prepared with what you know you want to say and do. All right, so gather those things, and then you have a couple of options here. Number one, if you want to teach something to your members. So let's just give an example. If you've got a brand new member and you want to teach the premium starter kit, then you can create a campaign where over the course of a set period of time, you can have an email about this oil, an email about that oil, an email about usage instructions, an email about this and that, an email about thieves, about lemon, whatever, right? So you can have one at a time, drip over time during, like, so say a 7-day period, they get 1 email a day for 7 days. Or if you want to set it up as a text campaign, they can get 1 a minute or 1 a day, right? So create a campaign if you want to have a thing that continually teaches people on an ongoing basis without you having to do it. That's one option. Another option, well, actually, and if you choose that option, you want to apply the campaign to your selected contacts. So what you would do is you would go and let's just say you have 3 new members this week. You import everyone from your virtual office. You go and you find those 3 members and you select them in your contact manager. And then you apply this campaign that you've created to them so that they then receive over the next 7 days that information. Make sense? All right. Now, your next option to promote is to tag those appropriate contacts and then send or schedule an email blast. So this means you're going into your contact manager and you are either searching for a tag such as, well, there's a lot of, you can upload with tags and we have lots of trainings on how you can really use these to highly customize the way you operate in your business. But a simple example would be Essential Rewards, right? So you can actually email something special to the folks who are on Essential Rewards by looking up the Essential Rewards tag in your contact manager. Our contact manager, when you upload from the VO, is going to tell you whether or not people are on Essential Rewards. So you can choose to just email those folks by hitting that tag. And then to those people that you've selected, either with a tag or manually, you can just grab a message and start typing an email to send to them right now, or to schedule it for a specific date and time. Okay. And then the final option, if you are doing a regular promo, right? So if you are doing a monthly PV or you're doing a newsletter for your members, create a saved reply. And this is for a quick and easy template that you can make to go and you do exactly what I just shared with you for step 4, where you would go and take people who are tagged a certain way or just specific people that you want to send to, and then you would just take this template that you created 3 weeks ago and you plug in the new information for this month's PV promo, and then off it goes to your members, right? Okay, this one would take a little bit more time to break down the steps. So I'm going to show you a couple of quick places that you can go to get information on this. Okay. All right, so we are back here on Jane's site. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the dashboard because this is where you land when you go to your back office, right? Okay. And you can also see, look at that. See, I am in the system and they saw that I visited her website. That's why you didn't see the landing page. You're actually going to see if somebody enters their information on a landing page and they return to your website or they click a link, you're going to see the activity in your system. Guys, this is really powerful stuff. All right, so going back to step 1, import from your virtual office. What I want to point you to right here is this little teal bar up here at the top. You want to go right over here, and this will actually walk you through a lot of the stuff that you should go ahead and do. If you don't have this completed and you want to get started, I highly recommend that you start with this, right? So here we go. So phase 2, system setup, import or add contacts. there is a 1 minute and 57-second video on doing this, and you should watch it. All right, really, really simple. But if you go to contacts and you go to manage, actually, no, I'm sorry, contact settings, import right up here at the top. And it also will walk you through, here are the steps that you follow. That video that I just shared with you that's up here in the progress bar is going to talk a little bit more about how you tag and how tags are already applied. Okay, now let's talk about the ways that we go about promoting. Remember, first was create a campaign. Campaigns are on this same page right here. So this is under settings on my contacts. You go to campaigns, and this is where you would do a 101 if you want to teach the premium starter kit. We have some that are already made. If you see over here in the created by column, it says GetOiling, right? So let's just say you're in Canada and you've got a new member's premium starter kit. You want to apply this. This already exists. Check it out. So we can open it up and you can actually look at it and use what's already here. So welcome. Okay. It's got some nice information in it. There's, you know, getting started, your order has arrived, all of this stuff is here. You do have the option, if you want to, if I go back to campaigns, if you want to copy one of the ones that we've already made and then go edit it, right? So let's just say that this new prospects one, I want to copy, and I'm going to call it, you know, new prospects makeup, right? And I'm going to attach this to my, you know, makeup centric landing page. It's going to create that. And then you can actually go, there we go, new prospects makeup. You can actually go in and edit this and change the things that it says, change the, you know, change whatever you want, right? If you want to borrow what we've already done, use it for your inspiration, then absolutely do that. If you already know how you want to teach and what kind of videos and stuff you want to share, this is where you plug it in. All right, so that's the first option. And of course, if you want to use this, what you do is you go over to manage your contacts. Now, currently, we have one because this is a test account and there's mine. So here's what you do. You select, and then under actions, you're going to add campaign, follow-up plan, or tags. So you remember that campaign we just made, new prospects makeup? I'm going to add that and I'm going to apply. And so now I am going to start receiving emails that are in that campaign. And if it says I get one today and one 3 days from now and one 7 days from now, that's how that's going to pan out. So if you want to take your new members and walk them through their premium starter kit, make a campaign that teaches that and then apply the campaign to their contact. All right, so that's promotion 1. Promotion 2, just let me look at my slides to be sure I'm following. All right, so, okay, option 2 is to just tag appropriate contacts and send an email blast. All right, so I'm gonna reset my filters. All right, so I'm gonna select myself again here. And then I'm just gonna hit, oops, wrong one. This is all contacts. Go to selected contacts, hit mail. You could also text here if you wanted to. So you put the information in, hey, and I'm gonna personalize this. So it's gonna show up in my email. It's gonna say, hey, Ashley, did you hear about the PV promo, right? And then, you know, you can take the images or whatever that you've gathered and you put them here in the body of this. And when you send this, whether this is 1 contact or 3,000 contacts, it's going to say, hey, their first name, whatever the message is that you want to send. So this is just sending a message out, 1 message, 1 time. You can schedule this. So if you know what you want to do for the PV promo, but you want to wait until a specific date and time, you can go ahead and schedule that right here. And so let's just say I'm going to schedule and I'm going to say this, and now it's scheduled. And if you want to see where your scheduled messages are, you just hit messages right here. And in 12 hours, this is going to show up because that's how I scheduled it. Sounds good? Okay. Now, the next way to promote was to create a saved reply. So this would be applicable for things like PV promos and things like newsletters. So you're going to go under contacts. You're going to go back to that settings page where we made our campaigns and where we imported. And we're going to hit saved replies. All right. So over here, we actually have a number of templates that you can use. All of these are going to have the option here. Let me show you actually. So here's a copy of the lavender field template. So it's already got images here. You can change these images out. You can make something totally from scratch. So we can call this PV promo template. And then this is the subject that you would send out, the subject headline that you would send out in the email. So monthly promo is here, right? And then you put the information in here that you want to, hit save changes. And now we've got a misspelled template here. And so how do we go use this? Let's go to manage under contacts. Already got me selected here. So we're going to select to mail me, and we're going to go grab saved replies. And there is the thing that we just made. So now, before I send this out, because maybe this, when you made it the first time, it was from March, and now it's September. So you're going to change the word March to September. You're going to maybe change some of the images that are in here, and so on. Quick show of hands. You following? You seeing how this makes sense? Do you see how this can save you a ton of time? Pretty cool, right? Okay. Now, last bit of slides to run through. So you guys said you wanted to know these things, and I figured it'd be really helpful for you guys today. All right, so we've gone over how to promote. We're importing our contacts from the virtual office. Sorry about that. All right. We are gathering promotional materials, then creating a campaign, or sending off a single email, or using a saved reply so that we have an easy template to grab and send when it's time to do so. All right, now let's talk about how to use GetOiling to get leads for your business. How many of you would love to have enough people all the time to share with so that you can enroll as many people as you want to reach your goals and make the impact that you want? This is where things get really powerful, really exciting, all right? Because you can generate leads. You can find interesting people, can find you, people who are interested in learning more about you, people who are laser targeted, exactly the type of people that you want to be helping. You can plant your flag so that they find you. And it's really not that hard to do. So here's what you do first. You create your lead magnet funnel. Now, I cannot walk through all of this today, although I did do it last week on the training. But if you want to follow step by step and create a lead magnet funnel, even if you're a total newbie, in an hour or less, go to getoiling.com/get-leads. We have a class. We have an online course where we walk you step by step, and I even give you some templates in there that you can use to make this stuff, all right? Really simple, does not have to be complicated, does not have to take a ton of time. All right, so that's where you're going to go to get your lead magnet funnel. All right, now once you have that lead magnet funnel, and basically guys, all the lead magnet funnel is a means for you to deliver an answer, or a solution to a problem to a prospect in exchange for their information so that you can promote to them and contact them and obviously share with them, invite them to review more information on how you can help them, of course, with Young Living, right? So what questions is your prospect asking? So when you are creating your lead magnet funnel, what you really want to be thinking about is what is the urgent, expensive need that your prospect has, that they're struggling to figure out for themselves. This kind of opens the door to the kinds of answers that you can be providing. And you don't have to be the expert of experts on everything in order to do this. Think about it this way. You've got a prospect and they are waking up, like your ideal prospect, they're waking up at 3 in the morning, struggling with something, right? Maybe they aren't sleeping well. Maybe their kid's not sleeping well. Maybe they are nervous about something. There's something. We've all got a thing that keeps us up at night. The person that you want to be helping has theirs. Identify what that is. Of course, that's what you're going to do when you create your lead magnet funnel. But then you start asking yourself, what are the questions that your prospect is asking? What are they literally asking Google and YouTube? What are they searching for answers to? And then you want to answer those questions with content. that points back to your lead magnet funnel. So what does this mean? This means you write a blog post that answers a question related to that big scary one, right? Related to that big hard to solve problem. So for instance, if the big hard to solve problem is a mom is super stressed and overwhelmed, right? And she doesn't know how she is going to juggle everything, including maybe some of the wellness challenges that she's facing, you can provide a blog post that gives an essential oil blend for a diffuser that she can diffuse at 7 o'clock every night while maybe doing a breathing exercise so that she can restore peace and sanity, sit down with her journal, and have the next day go more smoothly, right? You don't have to be an expert of experts to be able to tell someone you should do this, this, and that, right? Do these 4 things, and here's the result you'll get. And if you go out and you say, this is the result you'll get from this, you are going to get a ton of love and support and interest and sort of reciprocal interest from the people that you are going out and sharing that information with, okay? So answer those questions with content. Make a video that teaches them how to do something that means something to them. Make a blog post that has a recipe or shares something that's relevant and helpful to that person that you want to be helping right now. Okay, and when you write that blog post, when you make that video, you say, and oh, by the way, I made this guide that teaches you how to, I made this video that teaches you how to, that's the thing that's in your lead magnet funnel. Put that link in the content, put that link below. And then what happens is when people find that blog post, when people find that video and they like what you're sharing and they understand that you get them and the problems that they have, they're gonna wanna take you up on the thing that you're offering, your lead magnet funnel. And that is a lead. That person is targeted, is interested in solving the problems that you have set yourself out there as someone who is looking to help others solve, okay? Now, what you do is you take that content that points to your lead magnet and you share it on social media. Instead of making a promotional post where we're, instead of just going on your Facebook page where all of your friends and family members and folks that you haven't been able to really sit down and share Young Living with are, you don't want to go blast a PV promo with oils and, and PV terminology and all this stuff to these folks who aren't in the know. But if you share a blog post that you wrote that teaches a mom how to get her sanity back at the end of a stressful day, and then shares with her that there is an additional recipe that she would really love to have that's on the other side of this link in the post, how much more interested do you think that that mom is going to be in having a deeper conversation with you? See, now she doesn't just know that you have products to sell and promote. She knows that you understand her in a way that she really needs you to, in order for her to solve a problem, right? The whole psychology here is not to remove Young Living from the equation, but to put the prospect first, to help solve their problem first, and then to give them something just on the other side of the velvet rope that they can get access to if they give you their name and email or their phone number if you're using text for this. And now you have someone who has basically raised their hand and said, hey, I want to learn more from you about what you know. I believe you can help me. And that is the perfect person for you to share Young Living with. They are primed to learn more and to say yes at that point, right? Make sense? Show of hands? All right, I know if you haven't done anything like this before, this could seem really overwhelming to you, but I want you to take a deep breath. When we're done with this training today, I want you to go over to getoiling.com/getleads, and you will see just how simple it is to walk through setting this up. And we even teach you how to share it, right? Once you get it going, we'll even teach you how to walk through step by step how to use this funnel once you create it. Now, when you create these blog posts and these videos that point to your lead magnet, you're going to share that on your Facebook. You're going to share that on your Twitter. You are going to promote the link to your lead magnet in your Instagram posts, right? And so on and so forth. Share those things on social media, all right? And then you're going to repeat that. You're going to brand yourself by showing up weekly and helping to solve little problems for the people that you want to help. Get in their head. identify what are they searching for, what do they want help with, and give them help. If it's recipes, if it's encouragement, whatever it is that speaks to you, your purpose, and who you want to serve, create little things that help that person, because that's going to build trust, and it's going to establish a relationship on an automated basis with a ton of people, way more people than you can actually build relationships with one-on-one, right, inside of the same period of time. So go and repeat that content creation weekly and point back to your lead magnet link, okay? And then as these people are opting in to receive your lead magnet, when you create a new blog post, send it to them too, right? Continue to deliver first, to pay it forward first, to provide value first. Because then when you send an email blast out one day that says, hey, I'm hosting a class and I think you might really love it. Don't you think that those people who have been following the content, following your recipes, being inspired by and benefited by the things that you're sharing, don't you think those people are going to be infinitely more open and accountable to showing up to classes that you hold? Because they've already got that relationship. They already understand what's in it for them. Not that they're going to sit through a sales presentation for Young Living, but that they are going to learn something valuable from someone who's already helped them, right? All right, now GetOiling.com/get leads is where you're going to get started with that iteration of using GetOiling, okay? All right, now I'm going to stop my share here because it is time to really dig in to working with you guys hand in hand, and we've got a few questions that have come in here. So, all right, so Michelle asks, my husband's job involves moving from contract to contract. How is the best way to build and stay connected with my team? I like to educate as my mode. Good news, educator. You have a platform to do that. You have a member area with GetOiling that you can use as well. Obviously, you want to use whatever means you currently have that's active with your members to stay in touch. So if right now you're getting a lot of engagement and the majority of people are interacting and responding on, say, Facebook, then continue using that, but provide them with value. Even your members, this isn't just about prospects, right? Because the people who do sign up and say yes, those are the people that you want to help too. And maybe those people signed up and they got a kit, but they don't understand the value of ER yet. And so if you continue delivering value so that you can stay top of mind, so that you can become seen as a go-to, as someone who is invested in their well-being and their achievement of solving their problems, then when you make recommendations, whether they're a prospect and they need to get their kit, or they've gotten their kit, they're just not on ER, they will take those actions that you say that they need to, right? All right. So in terms of staying educated, for you, Michelle, what I would recommend is that you have a weekly newsletter that you send out. That you, if you like, maybe do a weekly or twice a month training using Zoom. So you can create that event inside of GetOiling and then host it. And of course, send the recording out to folks as well. All right, another question from Michelle. I'm thinking of doing individual funnels to send people to based on different interests, oils, thieves, CBD, etc. You can do this. But what I would recommend is that you keep it simple. Have one funnel first. Because here's the thing. We can start looking at all of the different areas that Young Living addresses, but that doesn't really quite connect fully in the way that it needs to with the prospects that you want, right? So the first thing that you really need to do, and this is something you'll get in the lead generation workshop, getoiling.com/get leads. The first thing that you really want to do is identify who is the person that you want to help. Who are they? What are the problems that they're struggling with? And you want to focus on that person, because all of these different things that Young Living can do for them, you can get to those things, but we're never going to get them on the other side of the velvet rope, right? We're never going to get them into your contact manager by having them fill out a form if they aren't understanding what's in it for them. And so we need to start with them and in service of solving their problems first. And then you can put content out there about thieves, about CBD, about all of this stuff in the context of what's important to that person. Does that make sense? That's what they need to hear. You can logically look at all of the different things that Young Living can do with its products and then say, okay, well, I'm going to make a CBD funnel. But see, okay, so CBD is hot and, you know, trendy right now. So maybe people will opt in just because it's CBD. But people aren't just going to opt in because it's pets. No, it's pets who have, you know, who have allergies, right? Or pets who have skin issues or digestive issues, right? I don't just go and opt in for stuff. You guys met my dog. I don't know where he went. I'm not just going to blindly opt into a lead magnet about like, oh, healthy dogs. Okay, well, I mean, I think the food that I use for my dog is pretty healthy and he seems okay. And, you know, that medicine that the vet gives is probably okay, right? No, so if you had a lead magnet for animals, for instance, that said, you know, these are the 7 dangers you need to look out for in products on, you know, pet products on the store shelves. Don't go shopping without knowing these things. I'm going to sign up for that, right? Like, oh gosh, I need to read more labels. Does that make sense? Just to kind of narrow that down into a perspective. If you are pet crazy and you really want to help people with their pets, get in that angle, right? It's not general. People have problems that they wake up at, you know, the middle of the night thinking about. You need to be thinking about what that problem is that you really want to solve. Who is the person with that problem? What are they struggling with? Awesome. Okay, so along the lines of CBD, so your husband's coworkers get drug tested, so they're interested in CBD and want to educate. And there's some really important distinctions to be made about Young Living CBD oils or CBD products. Okay. An easy tool to share. Okay, so in this case, if you've got a bunch of guys, this would be an exception right now because CBD it's nutso right now, just how many people are getting interested in it. It's kind of taboo in some ways, like it's sort of a perfect storm around the topic of CBD right now. So sure, make a CBD funnel. I'm just saying it's not going to work forever. And it may not work perfectly now. However, the angle that you can come at this from, just, you know, for anyone who's watching this, you know, that wants to use a CBD funnel for Young Living, is that you could say, you know, these are the top 3 things to know before you buy or use a CBD oil supplement. You know, if you want to keep your job and get the benefits and, you know, name off those things, then you're going to want to have this guide. And so then follow the instructions in the lead generation workshop, getoiling.com/getleads, make a PDF that, you know, walks them through, here are the dangers, here are the steps, and then here's what you need to do if you want to get the result that you're looking for without the whole scary part of not passing your drug test. That's the thing that they have to give you their information for. And then once they're a lead in your system, follow up with them. You know, you'll have a campaign attached that'll, you know, you can automate some of that request for following up. But I mean, if you're not getting, you know, 50 leads a day into your system from your lead generation efforts, reach out to people individually who opt into your system. I mean, that's someone who is raising their hand right now. So reach out and say, hey, I just, you know, just got a notification that you opted in, want to make sure you got the thing, and, you know, how can I help you? Right? So just keep it simple. So yeah, I would, in that case, Michelle, make that PDF around the dangers of not knowing everything you need to know about CBD oil or something to that effect, and then sell that thing on the lead magnet. I think you'll see when you get into the lead generation workshop how that can work for you. Beautiful. Okay. All right, Annalisa. I set up a landing page on my site. I know people who have gone to my site to look and their name does not show up where it says they have visited my site, and I don't get any. Okay, so if you, let's see. All right, there's a couple of reasons why you might not have seen whether or not those people have visited your site. First of all, if you have a landing page set up and this person is in your contact manager, when they come back to your site or they click a link in an email, these things are going to show up on your dashboard. It's not 100% guaranteed though, because the means by which you are able to track the activities of your prospects, the means by which can be blocked if people maybe install software on their browsers and stuff with like high level of privacy, you know, the sort of incognito things, or if it's, you know, been a certain period of time, right? So most of the time it works, and it works beautifully. because the website knows that you're returning. There are things called cookies and there's other stuff, and that's more, it's a little bit more of a Greg question. If you feel like if you feel like you've gone through all of the steps perfectly, Annalisa, and you think that on the tech side it might not be working, please send us an email, info@getoiling.com, and we will look at that and make sure that that is completely plugged up perfectly. And I know that Greg can provide a more technically accurate answer as to maybe why you aren't seeing that. But yeah, somebody does have to enter their name and email in order for your dashboard to be able to show whether or not someone has actually reviewed the information on the site. All right, now Renata, membership group. I left that here so that I didn't forget that. Okay, I do want to show you the membership group, and what you can do, guys, if you want to see a GetOiling member area and even learn how to make your own, if you just go ahead and go over to getoiling.com/get-leads. If you have never been in our member area before, it will walk you through the steps that you need to set yourself up as a member of our member area. You don't have to pay for that. It's because a GetOiling member is someone who has GetOiling and uses the site. But you can also, if you're not a GetOiling member and you just want to check it out, you can check it out for free. GetOiling.com/get-leads. And where you're going to go, where you're going to land once you have done this, and I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see. All right, leave here. Okay, so you're going to land in the GetOiling community. Now this is our member area, and you'll see here we have, and this is not going to look exactly the same for you. Like for instance, if you have not been a member of the GetOiling personal branding intensive, then this is not going to show up for you. But there are two things that will show up. One of them, creating your own member area in online classes. This is a step-by-step class that you can go through. It's totally free. We set this up a while ago. If you want to learn how to do this. All right, so you've got your welcome page, learning about what's here, and you can set something. I teach you literally how to set this up in this class if you want to set up your member area. Here's the class, setting up your member area. You hit start here. You follow this little video that's 3 minutes long. You hit complete. Leave me a message if you want to, like these folks did. Hit next. Another video, 3 minutes long, right? So you keep going through there. So step by step, it'll walk you through exactly what you need to do to set up your own member area, just like this one. And if you are at basic or above in your membership, you can set this up today. All right, and this is really a great place for you to go if you want to get off of Facebook, if you don't want to have your members area be a thing that is a Facebook group. A lot of people don't want Facebook anymore for this. This is a perfect place for you to go. But here, let me show you. This is our lead generation workshop. This is what I've been talking about. When you go to getoiling.com/get-leads, you're going to get directed to a landing page. It's going to bring you here. Let me see, I think we just gotta make sure I'm not missing our chat messages here. Sorry about that. The best way to use the vaults, good question. Let me see if I can I pop my chat out here? Zoom does not like to update as quickly as Apple does. Okay, so I'll talk to you about that in just a moment, Michelle. It's a good question. And also on that class that I just showed you, you will also have recommendations on how to use the vaults best. So definitely go through these workshops. So here's your lead generation workshop. You're going to go to your workshop modules right here to get started. All right, so actually when you come here, you can click here and download your workbook that you can print out and use and follow along in the course. Voila. Super proud of that. All right. And then you can go through step by step, quick videos that show you exactly what to do at each step. You've got an overview, and then I'm telling you, you guys, if you stay focused and you're clear on what you want to accomplish, you can have a lead magnet funnel ready to go in an hour with this training. All right. Fantastic. So if you guys have any more questions for me, definitely do ask them. Michelle, regarding the vaults, definitely do go over to that training. It's going to be far more in depth than I can be with you right now. Now I do have, let me see. All right, Kathy had sent in a question, and Kathy, I don't know if you're here today with us live, and if you are, then you can raise your hand and let me know if you want to come out and chat with me. But Kathy wrote me, and she says that she loves social media, but she's finding herself getting lost trying to learn how to do many things at one time, needing to focus on one thing, such as Facebook, where I already have 2 groups and a business page. However, I feel like I need to learn Instagram as it moves hand in glove with Facebook, but I'm stumped by the Insta to the point I do not even go on it. I have entirely too many irons in the fire and not enough time to brand. I think you already know the answer to this question, Kathy. All right, you do need to focus on one thing at a time. You do not need Instagram. There are some people who are doing Instagram and only Instagram, and they're loving it. It's working perfectly for them. You need to put your blinders on. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't. If it's very easy for you to maybe make a post and then also share the post somewhere else, then fine. If it doesn't translate perfectly, such as Instagram, then don't worry about it. You don't need to show up there yet. Maximize where you are. And honestly, there are few more powerful places than Facebook to be, unfortunately, if you don't like Facebook. You can take the same blog post. If you write a blog post, you can share it on Facebook. You can share it on LinkedIn. You can share it on Twitter. You can't just go share a blog post on Instagram, right? It's different. Instagram, it requires an entirely different set of skills and a different sort of grasp of aesthetic. It is a very noisy space with a whole lot of people that are trying to play the same game. And if you want to be someone who goes there, stands up and cuts through the noise, more power to you if that's your strategy. But if it's not, and it's overwhelming to you, and you don't enjoy the idea of thinking about how you might use that platform, then don't bother with the platform. You don't really need it. You've got one, keep using it. And if the one that you're using is Facebook, you don't really need to go anywhere else yet. So what I would encourage you to do is to, with whatever platform you want to use, is to follow the steps that I've talked about already, right? Where you have a lead magnet funnel and you're creating content that solves a problem. And then you just need to start identifying where you can best show up to help solve that problem. If we're talking about stressed out moms, are there groups on Facebook? If you are also a mom of maybe a young kid, maybe there's play date groups, maybe there's, whatever it might be. Maybe if you are someone who has dealt with digestive issues and you have seen some real benefit in overcoming from the products that you've been using, maybe you can write some recipes and share. Maybe you can tell your story and inspire people. But do those things maximizing what you're already doing. Don't add another iron to the fire. You already know that doesn't serve you. So don't waste your time. And let's see. Oh, and by the way, big congratulations on your retirement from your full-time job, and now you're working full-time on your business. Yay, everybody, applaud. Congrats on retirement, Kathy. All right, so we hope to see you on a future live session as well. All right. Now, Lisa had a good question. She says she's very interested in showing the animal sense line at feed stores. The question is, would it be better to get the owners of the store to set up a wholesale account, or to get the customers who show up signed up with their own accounts? And also she asked, do you know of an outline for Animal Sense 101 that's already written out? Can't make the event, would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so when you have a business in your community, and that business serves the people that you want to be reaching, there's a couple of ways that you can look at this. I wouldn't set up a wholesale account. You could, sure, but the thing is you want to build a large and duplicating organization of people who are excited to share. So that means the means by which people come to discover Young Living needs to be pretty similar in each case, so that it is recognized as easy and simple for that person to take off running, right? And sharing. So what does this mean? You need to sit down with the owner of the store, really focus first on seeing if you can help this person to see the benefit for them and their business bottom line by adding this additional stream of income. And telling them, listen, you don't have to worry about all the teaching and the details. All you've got to do is help get me in front of your customers, right? That's what I would do. How do you get in front of their customers? You can have a sign up for a drawing. You could have a lead magnet advertised where, let's just say you have a guide around, maybe what I was just talking about, an example earlier about the 7 things that you need to look out for, if you want to make sure that your pet is healthy, right? And then they can text in something to a campaign that you create on GetOiling, and then they get that information and they're a lead for you. Or you could set that up for this person who owns the store if they say yes, right? You could also give a class in the store. That's another option. But what I would do first always is, if you are dealing with someone, whether they have a store or they're an influencer or whatever, you need to go and get them converted first, and then say, okay, I'm going to help you do this. Because the thing that most people are hesitant around, where you're approaching this from a recruiting a business perspective, is the amount of time and bandwidth required for them to understand this whole new thing. So basically the proposition that you would have is, okay, look, we can agree that this is good for your bottom line because of these things. And you also don't have to worry about all of the details because I won't handle them for you, right? So I will basically build this. and that's a hard thing to say no to. Now, where Animal Sense 101 is already written out, that's not something that I could find, although I did find when I Googled, what did I Google specifically? I think I still have this up. I might not actually. Oh yeah, here we go. So there is a Partners in Wellness Animal Care sort of booklet that was released in November of 2018 by Young Living. And if you search Animal Sense Presentation Young Living, it is near the bottom of the first page of Google, if that helps. Okay, so that was that. And I think that there was one more. Let's see. Oh, we have another person who is retiring. Congratulations, Christine, on retiring and getting full-time in your business. Okay, and I think her questions were about, Oh, well, I think all of those questions were basically answered with that walkthrough at the beginning of the call. If you have additional questions, Christine, if you're here, definitely raise your hand and let's talk. But if you're watching this later and you would like more clarification, just send me an email. Fabulous. All right, is there a live person to talk to when setting up, or all through messages and videos? So as you are getting yourself set up, that is something that obviously live sessions like this are for. That's something that we can sit down if there's something you want to build and you are struggling with the directions that are given, or you're not sure what to do next, then you have the opportunity here on these Thursdays to just reach out to me ahead of time, say, hey, here's what I'm building, and we can actually screen share and walk through and build the stuff together in your system. So let's definitely do that. But if you feel stuck, if you need help, you're going to go to, and let me show you exactly where this is. The best place, there's 2 places really, or there's a handful, but the quickest place to go if you need help is in your dashboard, right down here. You see this little guy down here at the bottom? This little question mark, it says need help. You can actually go here and type things in, like funnel, right? Building a funnel. And then it's going to guide you through the steps. So everything that you need to get everything done is right down here with this question mark. So definitely go there first. The next place that you can go is right up here to the top to help. You've got quick reference guides, you've got getting started videos, you've got videos on specific topics, and then also finally, if you go to getoiling.com / sorry, not GetOiling, it's youtube.com / GetOiling. Then when you go to videos, you can actually search our channel for things like events. So vendor events, there you go. And there's a whole training on it. So number of places you can go to get that support. And then of course you have this opportunity here on the weekly sessions where you do have access to me specifically. All right, one more while we're here. I only use Instagram right now. Do you think this website link will do well on that platform? Successful Young Living people I follow on Insta do not have Young Living branded sites such as GetOiling. They have 5 to 10 years social experience before Young Living. I have 0 tech experience. That's why this appeals to me, even though it's still overwhelming. So Karen, what you would do is you would follow the steps in the getoiling.com / get leads, create that lead magnet. That lead magnet is going to be the link that you put in your Instagram profile. And then you are going to ask yourself, what are those questions on the periphery? What are the other types of topics, the other information that folks are looking for answers to or solutions around that are related to that lead magnet that you created? So then when you create your Instagram post, you share a recipe, you share a story, you share some kind of how-to, and you let them know, click the link in my blog to get my guide on XYZ. And so that way you can generate those leads from Instagram. Instagram is it's a high learning curve. It's not an easy platform to start out with. And it's not the easiest one to capture attention and keep attention on either. So definitely be patient with yourself in that way. It is something that will take some time, but I highly recommend if you are getting started, there's really not an easier place to start than Facebook. You can build your entire business on there. It's, is it what you want? Maybe not for everyone, right? But it as a singular place where people are, and they're there. There are billions of people there. You can interact with them right away. You can share links to blogs. You can be more dynamic in what you share. Whereas Instagram is often something that is a little bit more of an adjunct. It's some nice images. People don't get on Instagram to look for answers to problems. People get on Instagram to scroll through and waste time, to get inspiration. It's not where people go to try to solve problems. So if you want to show up as someone who's providing solutions, having a presence on Instagram is fine, so that they can then go over to your website and go over to your other channels to learn more about you and what you have to offer. It's just not the most powerful singular thing you can use, in my marketer opinion. All right. Helena, sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. You had your hand raised. If you want some help right before we get going, definitely type that in the chat or in the Q&A. Guys, this is last call for questions. If you have topics that you would like to see covered, if there's anything that you need clarification on that I have shared with you today, now's the time. Let me know, and then we will go off to the races, and you guys go over to getoiling.com / get leads and start using that training to put your lead magnet together today. Put that lead magnet funnel together today. Fantastic. All right. Great questions, you guys. Great participation. Super proud of you and excited to see what you produce. Don't forget, we are here every Thursday at noon Eastern time to help you solve your business problems and to get you growing smart, easy, fun with Young Living, leveraging the power of the internet. All right, so we got one more question. Nope, just a thank you. Thank you for being here and for all of your great questions. All right, we will see you next week on Thursday, and you guys have a great week in the meantime. Take care.